And that's when Rudy comes out of nowhere and knocks that nigga out. That shit had me rolling. Like, dog, knock that nigga the fuck out. That shit was so goddamn funny. Look, cuz literally turned around. He was like, oh, what are you waiting for? And she hit that nigga so goddamn hard. Sent that boy flying. That man was on death's door. I was like, that's what your dumb ass get. That shit had me dying. Like, bro, I could imagine, like, if you know from Friday when Smokey's like, you just got knocked the fuck out. That's literally how I would have been in front of him because that shit was so goddamn funny.
You got knocked the fuck out!
Season 2 of Banished from the Heroes Party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside, has been really good. And trust me, there's some things that have been happening in Season 2 that have had me dying of laughter. And there's been some really good dialogue with certain things that have been happening. But if you've not seen Season 1, let's talk about Banished from the Heroes Party. Because as the title says, it's about a character, of course, that got kicked out of the Heroes Party. But the kicker with this one is the main character. He is the big brother of the hero of the party, because like the hero is his little sister. But the reason why he gets kicked out is because there's always some bitch ass nigga in the party that's always hating. And just know, it's never the whole party. It's always just one person in the party that's being a hater and trying to control the hero. And that's what happens in this one. And that's why Rudy kicks out Red. That's when Red goes to this one town in the country. He settles there. He becomes a apothecary. And then he starts doing stuff throughout the town. One of the things I thought that Season 1 did really well is like it gave the message of just showing like you can do whatever you want with your life. You can pick out your future. You do not have to follow this certain path just because somebody said that this is what you're supposed to do. Because in this world, we see that everybody has blessings, and everybody, once they get those blessings, they have to follow that blessings. But we see that Red, he shows people that it's like, yo, you don't have to do this. We see that in Season 1 because there's little kids that are struggling when they get their blessings and they're acting up and all that, and then Red eventually shows them, he's like, yo, you guys don't have to do this, you know that. And he shows them like how they don't have to do that. And we also see that with his little sister Rudy, because Rudy, she's the hero, and since she's the hero, she has the blessing from the hero, and she's like lost all her emotions. But we see by the end of Season 1, Red helps her out, and she's finally able to like actually get all her emotions back, and she can act like a normal girl again, because the hero blessing was like kind of ruining her, because that blessing was like ruining her, and like she was literally just kind of just like a robot that was just like out here like, I'm the hero, I have to do this, when she couldn't really express herself, even though she really wanted to, but she couldn't because the blessing was taking away her emotions. But that's when we get into Season 2, and we see that now that she's kind of just living her own life, and it's just nice seeing her like that. I will say there are some problems in Season 1, especially that opening when it comes to the Rudy in the opening, and I'm like, why do they, like, if you've seen the opening for Season 2, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the opening makes no sense. It's not a Season 2 opening. It's just an opening that's just a whole bunch of just, you could say, fan service of just Rudy. And that's what it kind of gives off, which is kind of like, why did they do that for that? But yeah, but I digress though. But yes, we see in Season 2, now it's focusing on her and then like Red, and then you have Rit that's with him too, which is like Red's wife, because also in this series, there's some really good romance between Red and Rit, because one is she came to this town looking for him because she's always been in love with him, because like ever since they were in a party together, she actually really liked him. And we see that they get some really good romance. They even get engaged, and then like they're going to eventually get married sometime. I'm hoping at the end of the season they get married, but like they're engaged, and there's really good romance between those two. But yeah, in Season 2, it's mainly just focused on Rudy actually being able to do whatever she wants now, because she does not have to be the hero. But the other twist is, in this season, they've introduced another hero. His name's Van, and we see how he's kind of the opposite of Rudy, because one, he looks up to like the god way too goddamn much, and he thinks the blessing is like the end all be all of everything. So like he's kind of dark and twisted, and we see like he kind of disrespects people, and he doesn't like care for the people, because like he'll have people that will be on his side helping him like fight the demon lord's army, and like they'll get killed, and he's just like, oh yeah, they did their job. He just does not care. He does not care if people die because of like helping him. So yeah, we can see that he's kind of twisted. But I will say this though, in the most recent episode, just know that he is in the one town that like all the characters are from, because like they made basically Red, Rudy, and then like Rit, they all left because they did not want to interact with him, since Rudy was the last hero. Nobody knows where she's at besides like all the people in the town. But just know, these two finally come face to face, because Van, he's over here acting up, and he's trying to attack all the people there, because he's trying to call them heretics and all that. And that's when Red comes, and Red fights him for a little bit and lures him out of town. And that's when like basically Van is talking to Red. He's like, oh, why did you lure me out here? What are you waiting for? What are you stalling for? And that's when Rudy comes out of nowhere and knocks that nigga out. That shit had me rolling. Like, dog, knock that nigga the fuck out. That shit was so goddamn funny. Look, cuz literally turned around. He was like, oh, what are you waiting for? And she hit that nigga so goddamn hard. Sent that boy flying. That man was on death's door. I was like, that's what your dumb ass get. That shit had me dying. Like, bro, I can imagine, like, if you know from Friday when Smokey's like, you just got knocked the fuck out. That's literally how I would have been in front of him, because that shit was so goddamn funny. Because look,
You got knocked the fuck out.
this man was on death's door talking about, who was that woman? Who was that girl? Like, I've never got my ass whooped like this. And now we see basically that he's making his life mission to like beat Rudy. And I'm like, nigga, you got your ass beat so goddamn bad. You're lucky they even revived your little dumbass. Like, nigga, you were bleeding. You were about to die. You lucky nobody stalled they dumbasses and you could have just been dead. That's why I can't wait for like Rudy to confront him again, because Rudy's gonna beat his ass again. Yes, I know they're gonna pull some bullshit to like have him have some OP power and he's gonna somehow be on Rudy's level, I should say, but you know that's how anime is. But at the same time, he got his ass whooped and that shit had me rolling. I was dying laughter in the newest episode though. But yeah, Banished from the Hero Party has been really good and I really have been enjoying season 2 a lot. Like, I enjoyed season 1 a lot. I like the aspect between Red, how they were showing like, yo, you can do whatever you want. And also I love the romance between him and Rit, because their romance was really, really good for like what this series was, because it has showed two adults that like were friends in the past and they get together. And then also I love like how he still looked out for his little sister and how he wanted to eventually find a way that he could help his little sister out, because he wanted his sister to experience all these other things and be a normal girl and not be stuck with this stupid hero's blessing. But yeah, if you watch Banished from the Heroes Party, let me know how you feel about it, especially if you've seen season 1. Let me know how you felt about season 1. If you're watching season 2 right now, let me know, are you enjoying season 2 so far, and are you looking forward to more episodes? If you've read the manga like now, let me know how good it is. But yeah, this just been good to me. I'm just saying, it has been good. When Rudy knocked that nigga out, that shit had me dying of laughter, and I can't wait for the rest of the episodes that are gonna come out, because each episode has been really good and chill. But I will say the most recent episode, it showed that like, yes, this is why this is a really good series though. But yeah, you enjoyed the video, why not like? If you didn't, you could dislike, subscribe, really enjoy and all that. But yes, I'm really looking forward to the rest of this season because it's been so goddamn good. And like I said, that nigga Van got his ass whooped. That boy got punched so goddamn hard. When I was watching, I was like, damn, because I was so shocked, because I was not expecting him to get his ass whooped like that, but he got his ass whooped like that. And then Rudy was like, oh, I guess he was weak. I don't gotta remember his name, so that shit was funny though. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video though. Bye.